evening, everyone. I just thought I would hop on here real quick. I have a little case of insomnia, and I just finished doing some work on some projects I'm working on. But I don't know what to say anymore. I just want to ask, how many of us plan to move somewhere else other than America come November 8th, 2016? I'm scared. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, Ted Cruz and dropped out. I mean, not that he was going to be much hope anyways, but I mean, I'm down for the Democrats either way it goes, but it's just scary the fact that this country, a lot of people are really pulling for Trump. Quite frankly, I've had theories about Trump because it's my understanding that for many, many years, Trump has always been Democrat, and then all of a sudden he jumped into the campaign race and ran for Republican. I guess there's a video floating around. I think he was being interviewed by Donahue or somebody, and he had said that the best way to win an election is to run as a Republican. And the sad part about it is that so many people are caught up on these different parties, and Democrats are better, Republicans better. Really, none of them are any better. I identify as Democrat, but honestly, some of my friends I know personally are Republicans for financial reasons, especially small business owners. But it looks like the tide is really changing. To me, it's not really even about economics anymore. It's about creating a subclass of people to have a form of modern day slavery when it comes to Republicans, and cutting off certain access to health care to people, access to revenue. I mean, it's just really sad, and it's really a confusing time, and it's kind of scary because we just don't know. And Trump comes off as so unpolished, having no manners and no home training whatsoever. He has no couth. He just says whatever and flies off the hoop, and people eat it up. And, he knows what he's talking about. He says, but what has he told you? What is his platform? How is he going to change this country? And the problem with it is that so many people are always so into it that I'm just like, some of you don't even have teeth. You need a dental plan. Okay. I just don't understand. It's a very confusing time, and I'm worried and scared. So I'm thinking I will be in the Mediterranean in October. I'm thinking maybe I need to try to find make some living arrangements there. Maybe I can become a teacher in one of these foreign countries. I don't know. I need a change in my life anyways. And if they willing to pay me a nice bonus and a nice salary, I will jump ship in a minute. Yes, I will, because I can't be around no craziness. Speaking of crazy, what about this Starbucks lawsuit where this woman is trying to create a class action, saying that Starbucks engaged in false advertising by providing more ice and less product? Lady, is you crazy? Cause that shit's crazy. And whomever your attorney is, it is a frivolous lawsuit, and whomever helped you file this, you'll probably get it kicked out of court, and you'll probably have Rule 11 sanctions filed against you, basically for bringing a frivolous lawsuit. I just don't understand how you can sue because you got you got too much ice. What I don't understand is why didn't you raise your hand or say, excuse me, barista, too much ice, light on the ice, whatever. I mean, how else are they supposed to get your iced coffee cold? Like, that's how they make coffee. I guess there's another method, but my thing is, like, Starbucks said that if you're not happy with your drink, they will gladly remake you one. And I have yet to have a Starbucks that won't. Every time they've ever messed up on my order, because most of my Starbucks, I don't like getting whipped cream. I don't want those. I already am consuming a large amount of calories. Why add that nonsense to it? Either way, I want to wish you the best of luck with your frivolous lawsuit. Totally uncalled for. I guess Jamba Juice will be sued next, followed by McDonald's, which, by the way, my friend brought that up. And y'all, the woman who sued McDonald's many, many years ago for the hot coffee, there's a documentary out about that. And she really suffered, like, I think, second-degree burns. And excuse me, never really had a good quality of life after that. So, I mean, that wasn't a frivolous suit, even though people are like, hot coffee, seriously? Yeah, seriously. At that time, in that day and age, the coffee was so hot until when it spilled on you, you could get severely burned. It's just like getting scalded in a hot shower. But let's get into reality TV. Your girl has a thing for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I absolutely love this show. It is my favorite stress relieving. I love it. I live for it. I'm so here for it. But there's some lessons that can be learned. As I've said in the past couple of videos when I've talked about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, there's a few lessons that can be learned. First of all, let's talk about Jocelyn Hernandez and her lack of loyalty to anyone, including herself. Jocelyn Hernandez started from the bottom, now she's here. Which I always thought that was kind of a crazy start from the bottom. Now where y'all come from, where y'all at. You didn't tell me where you at, but okay, whatever. But Jocelyn is back. The Puerto Rican princess is back, or the Puerto Rican peasant, as Jessica Dime calls her. But, you know, with Jocelyn, what I don't understand is Carly Red's intent on trying to force herself into a friendship. There comes a time, and my friend and I were talking about this, there comes a time when you have to evaluate. Why are you holding on to certain friendships? Why is this person still my friend? Why are they still in my circle? Trust and believe I have been in a situation, because unfortunately, it's a blessing and a curse that I have a thing. I love people. I just love interacting. I love meeting new people. I love hanging and being social and networking with people. And I'm actually pretty good at it. But the problem is that sometimes there are things and behaviors that people will display that we will choose to ignore and overlook for whatever reason. For instance, we may have friends from childhood that we're conveniently friends with because, well, we have history. So that's what we're holding on to. But there comes a time when you have to sit down and realize, what is this person adding to my life? What are they bringing to my life? Are they adding drama? Or are they adding quality? I think Prince even said it best. He said, you know, we're either here to, you know, you're either here to encourage or discourage. One or the other. I'm personally here to encourage. I'm here to uplift and empower my friends. But sometimes you're not going to get that from everyone. Sometimes you're not going to get that from your relationships. It's just like you holding on to a bad relationship. Why are you holding on to it? Well, number one, most people hold on to bad relationships because it's familiar. You know what to expect. You know that this person is going to go out and do whatever it is that they do. So with Carly Red, I'm like, why are you begging someone to be your friend? And Jocelyn obviously has no loyalty to anyone. Let us not forget that hurt people hurt others. Jocelyn has been hurt. You know, you hear her story. You know, I was homeless. I didn't have my mom and daddy. They left me. I was abandoned. I became a prostitute, a whore. And I was out on the streets of Puerto Rico. And now I'm a stupid. But then I'm a CBJ. And I'm a big time. One of the things I honestly can't stand, and I know females use this term all the time. They want to refer to themselves as a bad bitch. I think Jill Scott said it best. Why don't you just be a boss lady? It's not necessary for us to use those terms. But, you know, my thing is, when someone does not know how to be a friend, and sometimes even when you show that person how good a good quality friendship can be, they are so hurt and so damaged until you can't get them to where they'll appreciate it. Because guess what? They lack self-love. They lack self-esteem. They're insecure 9 times out of 10. So if you have someone like that, sometimes you just got to let people go. Now, I am one of those people that if we should have a falling out, you know, I'm just, you know, whenever you want to come back, you can come back. Not in the sense that you stab me in my back, but just in the sense that you walk away. But just know that I'm going to handle you with a long handled spoon. And then on top of that, with Carly Red, I'm like, she's so messy to the point to where she's so proud that Playboy is willing to pay her to be messy. I'm like, that is nothing to be proud of. I mean, Wendy Williams, quite frankly, I am not a fan of hers. I don't watch her show. I don't follow her. I think that she is a very self-destructive individual, and probably, to me, quite frankly, doesn't seem to have morals. I mean, why would you sit around and tear apart other people like daily, like all the time? But basically, when we have friendships that we cherish, we need to figure out, is it helping or hindering us? Is it good for us or bad? The toxicity of it. Like, I've dealt with a situation here recently where I was really good friends with someone, and eventually, I had to just walk away. I had to walk away, and I had to just let it be what it is. I was grateful for the experience. I enjoyed our experiences together. But in the end, she simply was too far gone and hurt and really didn't know how to be a friend. I'm loyal until the end, until you show me otherwise. Also, a more current situation, I have to look and say to myself, I love my friend, but some of her friends I just could never deal with it. I was like, you need to start doing some evaluation in this pruning season, as I like to call it. You got to clip some people off and just cut them off. So, in that sense with Jocelyn and Carly, and just the fact that Mimi and I were sitting around talking about how Jocelyn cannot be a friend and how they had to tell Mimi to watch her back. And of course, Mimi got stabbed in the back by Jocelyn because Jocelyn immediately started putting it out there that she had slept with Mimi right in front of her woman. I guess Chris would be a stud, technically, is what Chris would be. I'm confused. I'm still confused on that subject matter, and I know a lot of people are. And that's and that type of thing. That's why sometimes in those situations when people get upset when people say that being gay is a choice, it's people like that make you wonder. Okay, are you gay or straight? Or when you hear people say things like we're sexually fluid, we just kind of go with whatever. So it seems like it's a choice. And that's where the confusion comes in. So I just want to plug that in. It was totally off subject. What was the other lesson? Okay, one of the things that disturbs me in general, ladies, and this is for us, Tommy and Tiara. Stuck between Scrap de Leon. Here's the deal, ladies. Why are you fighting with one another? Why are you not walking away from this Negro? That's the question you should be asking yourselves. If you didn't know about her and she didn't know about you, he done told you one thing, he done told her another, but you're beating up one another because you both love this man, or he done put it on you so good until, let's just be real. You've been stigmatized, and we've all been there, but is it really worth it in the end? You start asking yourself, and women, we allow these men sometimes to engage in this bad behavior. We know the truth. We know he ain't no good. He's not faithful and loyal. Why even set yourself up? And Tommy goes over there and she's upset. She's crying because Jocelyn has poisoned her mind, thinking there's a third party involved. And that's another thing. You got to consider your source. Look, I can't even talk tonight. Source. And, you just have to consider that, where it's coming from. And, she goes over to Scrap's house to confront him, looking for this alleged other woman. And the next thing you know, she just snaps, loses it, and goes out into the street. And security has to go save her. She almost gets ran over in the streets. Is it worth it? Ladies, let me tell you, no man is worth losing your life over or losing your mind over. Your sanity is very important. Self-preservation first. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times we really, really are stuck in a comfort zone of thinking, I don't want to transition out. It's like anything in life. Change is shocking. It shocks the conscious. It makes us uncomfortable. But sometimes you'll find that the changes that you accept can be good. There are great opportunities come from those. So I honestly think that Tommy and Tiara should just go their separate ways. I think that Tiara should co-parent with Scrap for however long he's out free for whatever it is that he's done. You knew what it was when you got with him. You knew what kind of family he was in when you got with him. And you know how he is. But I don't think that you as women, it's one thing if you knew, but it's another when you didn't know. He done played both of y'all and you want to fight one another like wild banshees out in the middle of the street. I mean, and then Tommy almost gets hit by a big ass moving truck. I mean, you could have died over a man who probably doesn't give two fucks about you. I mean, I just hate to put it out there, but I mean, that's the honest truth. So we need to start being honest with ourselves, ladies. When you know that you have men that are just no good and there's no point in you fighting over it. But you know, for women who are disrespectful enough to get with another woman's man, knowing that this man is married or knowing that he's been in a long-term relationship, then shame on you. And if you get your ass beat, you just get your ass beat. I mean, that's the bottom line. I think that's all the lessons that we learned from Love and Hip Hop. Let me scan my Twitter because I did all of my posting last night on Twitter. I just want to say on a humorous note, I was very intrigued by this wonderful song that they were doing in what seemed to be some sort of backyard barbecue night party. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. I was just like, okay, you're a dog. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be a hit, but considering the quality of music that's out there now, it probably will be. So disturbing. So sad that Prince is gone. Originality is dead. But there's so many undiscovered talents out there. But anyways, and on another note, you know what's disturbing me? I went to Trader Joe's tonight. That's what I want to talk about real quick. Plug this in at the end. Trader Joe's. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Every time I go in there, y'all done discontinued something. I'm like, where is the cranberry hibiscus juice? Where is it? I want it back. Put it back on the shelf. I talked to some young man. He said, oh yeah, we got rid of like 3 or 4 different juices that weren't selling very well. And I'm just like, and I still was drinking the cranberry hibiscus. If I had known, I would have stocked up on it. I'm going to go stock some more Trader Joe's, but I have a feeling my juice is gone and I'm not happy about it, Trader Joe's. If you weren't so delicious and cheap, I probably would stop shopping there. Because what's wrong with the people of Trader Joe's, as a matter of fact? What the hell wrong with y'all? I tell you, there are some people I see there every time I go in there and they're still standing in the same goddamn place. I'm like, why are they still standing here? Why? Why are you standing there? You come to this Trader Joe's every week. You know where stuff is in the refrigerated section. Why are you clogging up the aisles? The only thing I can say, though, is the one in Bixby Knolls, though, the Trader Joe's, it's nice and large. But you still get the traffic jams in the frozen and foods in the refrigerated sections. But either way, Trader Joe's, bring back my cranberry hibiscus juice. I want it. I need it. It's delicious. I love it. Hibiscus is good for your blood pressure. Anyways, that's all, people. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure. Should we call it a Diva Disturbed? I probably should have broke up the Trader Joe's thing. Maybe I'll revisit Trader Joe's again. By the way, I did see Marla Gibbs tonight at the Trader Joe's in Westchester. We spoke to each other like we really knew each other. But I didn't want to disrupt her shopping and take a picture, even though I really did. Because I love her. Actually, she's my soror too. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Anyways, good night all. Have a good one. And I'm going to bed. Good night.